Welcome back to Performance TV. If you own a pickup truck like this Toyota Tundra, you're gonna haul stuff, and what happens? You scratch up the bed. You got a beautiful truck and an ugly looking bed. Well, I'm with Jack Anderson of ArmorThane, and he's gonna put the beauty back in our bed. Now, Jack, there's spray-on bed liners, there's drop-in ones. We're gonna do a spray-on today. Tell me the advantage of that.
Advantage of a spray-on liner is when we spray it in, it's gonna be a perfect seal in our bed. It's not going to be as slippery as far as holding our load when we brake or accelerate fast. Biggest disadvantage to a drop-in liner is it's in there, it's looking good, you think you're protecting the paint, but when you go to take it out, you find out that that drop-in liner is moved around on the floor.
Yeah, it's going to scratch it up.
Scratched it up. A lot of times it's removed all the paint, so now you have bare metal. Water, dirt, corrosives get underneath
Even
there.
salt on the road.
Salt on the road in the winter. And so when you pull your drop-in out, you'll oftentimes find that it would have probably been better off had it not been in there because of the damage that it's actually done to the bed.
Wow. Now we're going to put a spray-on bed liner on this truck today, and obviously there's going to be some prep work, so let's get started.
Okay, before we start grinding and prepping our bed, we're going to go ahead and remove the last of the hardware in here.
All right, get all the hooks out of it.
We're going to take the tie downs out.
Now what about these bed bolts that hold the bed on? Are we going to remove those as well?
We're not going to remove them on this particular truck because the owner has chosen to leave them in. The ArmorThane will seal around them and make a good seal on the floor. However, on some of the trucks, the bed bolts need to be pulled for a service issue. So in this case, the owners opted to leave them in.
All right, less work.
Less work.
All right, once we get these tie downs out, what's the next step? Tailgate?
We'll go to the tailgate. When we get to our tailgate, we're going to check and make sure we don't have any wiring from the tailgate to the bed for backup cameras or backup sensors. Make sure we have all our wires unplugged, and then we'll take and remove our tailgate.
All right, we got our tailgate off, and we're ready to tape it off, but we're going to remove this panel, Jack. Now, why are we removing this panel?
Well, if we left the panel in place and sprayed the bed with, or the tailgate with ArmorThane, we would seal this panel to the tailgate, and unfortunately mechanical parts have a way of breaking.
You couldn't get in there to get them out.
So if we had an issue in here, we wouldn't be able to get this panel off.
All right, so we're just going to space it up.
So we're going to take this panel loose, we're going to tape the linkage rods and the lock, and then we got these trick little wood blocks here. When we actually spray it, we're going to have it spaced up away from the tailgate. We'll still get our ArmorThane around the inspection cover and the tailgate, but when we're done spraying, we'll take our blocks out. We can put it back down. It's removable.
All right. Well, you're ready to tape.
I'm ready to tape.
Well, we saw all the work that went into prep of the tailgate, but Jack, now we've got to tape off the bed. Where are we going to tape at?
Okay, we're going to start with our wide tape. We're going to wrap it around this edge. We're going to go clear around the bed. We're going to take our narrow tape and we're going to go just behind the crown back here around the tailgate opening.
All right. Well, then I'm going to tape off the bolts that will hold the tonneau cover on, put them back in so we don't get any liner inside the bolt holes.
Yes.
And then we've got to rough up this surface because it's not going to stick if we don't rough it up, correct?
Correct.
All right. Then we'll wipe it out with acetone. And then all that's left, drape the plastic, and we're ready to spray.
You betcha.
Once Jack has finished masking the bed, he will cover the rest of the truck with plastic to prevent any damage, and he will start spraying. We'll have that when Performance TV returns.
Welcome back to Performance TV. Well, now that Tommy and Jack have all the prep work done, now we get a chance to get into the fun part, to really making it look good. First of all, I don't understand why Tommy's used to getting into a fire suit all the time. I'm not sure why he's not the one that's back there doing all that. But anyway, Hank, operations manager for ArmorThane. We're putting black today on the pickup truck, but that's just one of a many plethora of colors that you guys offer. And, you know, all of the different things you guys can apply this to.
That's really the neat part. Actually, that's why we brought the mobile unit today to do this work. We can do something in the shop, that's great. We have the ability to take it so much more beyond trucks. Trucks to heavy equipment, to work at in marine applications, to residential and other commercial work. You can even take it down to the Texas oil fields and spray spill containment around tank batteries and drilling sites. Wow. Anywhere that there's something that needs to be protected, our materials do a great job.
protected, and you know, like the steps, like even putting the stuff on a deck or something like that. Now the prep would be a little bit different, you know. And when you think about they have it in the mobile unit, and you can do this in a shop. Hey, this sounds like a great business opportunity. It
really is. There's a lot of applications that are opening up, and a lot of ability that people have to take it and go somewhere with it and do a new application or expand an industry. We do, like I said, everything from you know, marine applications to spill containment. There's plenty of opportunities around, and we're just looking for people who have that get up and go to take it out there and find the next one.
Now keep in mind that spraying a truck bed can take a while, so we asked Jack to fill us in on some of the tips and techniques he uses with ArmorThane.
A lot of places that the applicators will miss is the area up underneath the bed rail. And so that's why that's one of the first areas that we show our dealers how to spray or what to spray, is to stand behind the truck bed and spray up underneath of that rail before stepping to the side and actually spraying the side panel. Getting enough thickness around the edges. We like to have a full 1/4 inch around the tailgate opening and around the edge of the tailgate. And usually on the average pickup truck, you'll spray the sidewalls 3 to 4 coats, on the floor sometimes 6 to 8 to get your mill thickness that you require. When you get the bed done, then you go back to the tailgate and you'll finish it up with your 3rd and your 4th coat. For the most part, the plastic or rubber pieces in the front of the bed were a hole, an access hole to get it down the assembly line at the plant. There's never anything behind them. So we always ask the customer and or the dealer, do you want them sprayed over, do you want to take them out? We prefer to spray them over because they're made to slip over a piece of thin sheet metal. So when you put 3/16 coating on the bed, then the plugs never stay in, they never look right. And so it's best if they don't have a preference to spray them over. There's what's called a texture coat. When you get done spraying a truck liner, you'll have shiny spots, rough spots, not so rough spots, and the texture is what goes over it from a distance of 5 to 6 feet, and it's kind of, you're sprinkling the droplets over. What you're gaining is 2 things. You're making it all look the same, and that's where you get your slip resistance. A bed liner with no texture will be slippery when wet, won't hold the cargo load very well. So based on what the truck is going to actually be used for, there's degrees of texture. You can texture it real severe, or you can put a real fine texture on. So, and that, like I said, that's all done from 6 to 8 feet. With the gun just moving slowly back and forth over the bed.
Now that we have the final finished product all done, look at how nice and smooth it is. It contours nice with the bed. It's going to keep this truck bed looking beautiful no matter what you haul in your truck.